Reshoring in manufacturing has become a hot topic, especially in recent years, as companies seek to navigate the complexities of global supply chains and the ever-changing economic landscape. So, what exactly is reshoring? In simple terms, it's the process of bringing manufacturing operations back to the United States from overseas. It's the opposite of offshoring, which is when companies move production to countries with lower labor costs. Reshoring is gaining traction among manufacturers who want to remain competitive and profitable in a market that demands efficiency and quality. Now, let's dive into why companies are choosing to reshore. One of the biggest reasons is the rising rate of labor costs overseas. Countries like China and Mexico, once seen as havens for cheap labor, are experiencing wage increases that make it less appealing for companies to produce goods there. As labor costs rise, companies are reevaluating their options and finding that reshoring can actually save them money in the long run. Quality control is another significant factor. When manufacturing is done overseas, it can be challenging to maintain the same level of quality that consumers expect. By bringing production back home, companies can oversee every aspect of the manufacturing process, ensuring that their products meet strict quality standards. This not only helps in maintaining brand reputation, but also in building customer trust. Speaking of trust, let's talk about productivity. Reshoring often leads to higher productivity levels. When companies produce goods closer to their customer base, they can reduce the time and resources spent on transportation. This means more time can be dedicated to actual production and innovation. Additionally, with advancements in technology, reshoring allows companies to implement new processes that enhance efficiency in ways that outsourcing often cannot. Transportation costs are another consideration. The global supply chain has become increasingly complex and expensive. Fluctuating fuel prices and the unpredictability of shipping schedules can wreak havoc on a company's bottom line. By reshoring, businesses can significantly cut down on these transportation costs, making it easier to manage their finances and plan for the future. Moreover, reshoring offers companies greater control over their supply chain. When manufacturing is done overseas, businesses often lose sight of where their materials are coming from and how they're being produced. By bringing operations back to the U.S., companies can establish direct relationships with suppliers and ensure that they're sourcing materials ethically and sustainably. This not only benefits the company, but also contributes to a more resilient local economy. Innovation and creativity are also nurtured in a reshored environment. When companies bring manufacturing back home, they can tap into local talent and expertise. This fosters a culture of innovation, allowing businesses to develop new products and services more quickly than their competitors who may still be relying on overseas production. Safety is a paramount concern for manufacturers. Many companies have moved operations offshore under the assumption that it would be cheaper. However, they often find that working conditions in some overseas factories can be dangerous and unhealthy. By reshoring, companies can ensure that their employees work in safe environments, receive fair wages, and have access to adequate training and benefits. This not only protects the workforce, but also enhances the company's image as a responsible employer. Shorter lead times are another advantage of reshoring. When products are manufactured closer to home, they can reach retailers and consumers much faster. This is crucial in today's fast-paced market where customers expect quick delivery. If a company can produce goods in the US and get them to market quicker than competitors who manufacture overseas, they have a significant edge. Now, let's not overlook the advantages of reshoring for the economy as a whole. Bringing jobs back to the US creates opportunities for American workers to earn a living wage and support their families. It strengthens the economy by reducing dependence on imports, which can be vulnerable to political instability and other external factors. Reshoring also helps small businesses thrive by giving them access to local markets and resources, allowing them to maintain their competitive edge. However, it's important to recognize that reshoring isn't without its challenges. Establishing a reliable supply chain can take time and effort. Companies may struggle to find local suppliers who can provide materials at competitive prices. Additionally, the labor market can be tight, and finding skilled workers can prove difficult. The process of reshoring can also be expensive, requiring significant investment in training, equipment, and facilities. One of the most significant downsides is that reshoring can lead to higher production costs. While companies may save on transportation and shipping, they often have to pay higher wages to American workers compared to what they would pay overseas. This can impact profit margins, especially for businesses that operate on thin margins. Furthermore, reshoring can create a shortage of jobs in countries that rely on exporting goods to the U.S. When companies move their manufacturing back home, they may inadvertently contribute to job losses in those countries, creating economic ripple effects that can be hard to manage. Training employees is another critical factor. Companies may need to invest heavily in training programs to ensure that their workforce is equipped with the necessary skills to handle new technologies and processes. This can be a significant expense, especially for businesses that have relied on outsourced labor for years. And let's not forget about the potential risks involved. If companies don't have a clear strategy for reshoring, they could end up damaging their brand or even jeopardizing their business. It's essential for companies to do their homework, understand the market dynamics, and have a solid plan in place before making the leap. Before a company decides to reshore, there are several factors they should consider. Cost effectiveness is crucial. They need to have a clear understanding of the financial implications of bringing manufacturing back home. The availability of skilled workers is another significant consideration. Companies must ensure they can find and retain the talent needed to operate efficiently. Technology plays a vital role as well. Companies need to stay updated on industry trends and ensure they can leverage new technologies to enhance their operations. Space is another factor. Businesses must have adequate facilities to accommodate their manufacturing needs. Lastly, safety regulations must be adhered to, ensuring that the workplace is compliant with all necessary standards. So, how does reshoring differ from nearshoring? While both concepts involve moving manufacturing operations closer to home, reshoring refers to bringing production back to the U.S. from overseas, whereas nearshoring typically involves relocating operations to a nearby country, such as Mexico. Each option has its advantages and disadvantages, and companies must carefully evaluate their specific circumstances before making a decision. Many industries stand to benefit from reshoring, including furniture manufacturing, electronics, and automotive industries. For instance, reshoring furniture manufacturing can improve customer satisfaction by eliminating delays in delivery and reducing shipping costs. In the electronics sector, local production allows companies to tap into skilled labor and respond quickly to customer demands. The automotive industry can enhance its supply chain by reshoring, ensuring better quality control and innovation. In conclusion, reshoring is a multifaceted trend that offers numerous advantages and challenges. It can create jobs, boost the economy, and enhance product quality, but it requires careful planning and consideration. Companies must weigh the pros and cons, understand their goals, and develop a clear strategy before embarking on the reshoring journey. The bottom line is that reshoring can be a powerful tool for businesses looking to remain competitive in a rapidly changing global landscape, but it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. With the right approach, reshoring can lead to a more sustainable and prosperous future for manufacturers and consumers alike.